Hey, what's going on guys? Dante Trades here, and in this video we're going to be talking about all things alpha futures. So we're going to do a quick overview and review of the accounts and rules to help you choose the best alpha futures account using data and math. I am a six-figure trader. If you want a 100% free futures trading course, the link to that will be in the description. And if you want to check out the premium community, the link to that will be in the description as well. Now, before we jump into this, let's actually talk about discounts with Alpha Futures. So discounts, we have 20% off all plans. You can use the code Dante Trades, and this will always give you the best discount. And you can also use the link in the description as well. And funnily enough, this is actually going to tie into what we're going to talk about in the rest of the video when it comes to determining which account has the highest value. Also with Alpha Futures, sometimes they have no activation fee promos as well. This is going to be the best time to get your account, so be aware of that. And also it helps the channel, so a win-win for us both there. Now let's jump right into it. So how do we determine the best prop firm value? And this is just something I like to call like the big three when it comes to determining the best prop firm value. So the first thing we have is the difficulty. So this is how difficult it is to pass the account. For this, we have a formula and some simple math that we use that we're going to talk about later here in the video. But this is a core part of determining which account has the best value. So the third part of this formula of the big three is going to be the leverage. So this is how many cons they give you to trade with once you actually pass the eval. This is another very important part when it comes to determining the value. And the last thing that we want to pay attention to is going to be the price. So how much does it cost you for the leverage and difficulty you get for that particular account? All three of these things together is going to determine how valuable a prop firm account is, any prop firm account or any prop firm type, right? So I came up with this so you can actually see this visualized a little bit better. And this is called the prop firm value triangle. So depending on where you are in your journey, some people may want the accounts that may be right here where they're just looking for the cheapest accounts and for the easiest difficulty, right? And some people may just want the most leverage. They don't care about the price and they just want the most leverage, and they don't really care about the difficulty as well because they're really good at trading. But the idea is for most people, we want to get you as close to the center here as possible where you have the best balance of price, leverage, and difficulty. So getting in the center of here for most traders is going to be like ideal in the goal and how we actually look for the value, right? So an extreme example of this would be if you had a prop firm account that only cost you $1, that you only needed to make $5 in profit to pass, and then you need to lose $10,000 to fail. And once you pass that account, they will give you $100,000 in funding. Now that's extreme, but this is an extreme example of like an account that will be so valuable, that is so favorable in your direction. Now, obviously there's no prop firm out there that's going to give you a $1 prop account and you only need to make $5 to get 100K in funding, because why? That's too valuable. But I'm just trying to get you to understand like how all of these different pieces on the value triangle come together to create what we can see as a valuable account. So now that we got that out of the way, let's actually go into dissecting the Alpha Futures accounts to find which one has the most value. Now, best value standard accounts breakdown. So right now I'm going to cover the standard accounts, but if you want me to cover their other accounts, just comment below and I can make another video covering the other types of accounts. So the first standard account here we have is the 50K account. They have a $3,000 profit goal and a $2,000 max loss limit. Now this number here, 1.5, is going to represent when you take the $3,000 profit goal and you divide it by the $2,000 loss limit, you're going to get 1.5, right? So this is the base of 1.5. Now, the lower this number, let's say if this number was 1, that would be better. That would mean that it's easier to pass, right? And if this number is higher, 2, 3, then it's more difficult to pass. Again, so the difficulty for this account is 1.5. The number of contracts that you get on this account is 5 contracts, and the price is $79 per month, right? So the main thing that we really care about is the difficulty, the contracts, and the price. Now let's go to the 100K account. The 100K account has a $6,000 profit goal and a $4,000 max loss limit. And let's look at how difficult that is. If we look at the difficulty, what we will notice is there is no change in difficulty from the 50K to 100K account. Now, this is actually unique to Alpha Futures because what you will normally notice with other prop firms is as you increase the amount of leverage that you get on the account, the difficulty will usually increase from something like 1.5 to 2 to 2 to 3, etc., etc. But in this case, from the 50K account to the 100K account, the difficulty stays the same, which is actually pretty nice, right? And the number of contracts that you get, it is going to be doubled, right? So the difficulty is no increase in difficulty. The contracts is a 100% increase in contracts and leverage, but also for the 100% increase in contracts, you get a 100% increase in price. Everything stays the same, the difficulty, but you're basically just doubling the price and doubling the contracts, right? Which is, again, not bad, not bad. So let's go to the 150K account. We have the $9,000 profit goal and a $6,000 max loss limit. And what you're going to notice here again is that the difficulty is not increased, which again is great. And we're going from 10 cons to 15 cons. So once again, here we have no increase in difficulty. We have a 50% increase in contracts, and we have a 50% increase in price. So which one of these accounts am I going to actually recommend for most people? So I would say actually the 50K with 5 cons is more than enough to make life-changing money or significant money for 99% of people, especially if you are a beginner, because it's the cheapest and you get 5 contracts. You have $149 activation fee on all accounts. And to kind of put that all into perspective here, I want to take you to my futures risk cheat sheet. So now you guys can see here, I'm looking at my futures risk cheat sheet, and really quickly how this sheet works. It just lets you know how much money you're going to be risking or making with any set amount of contracts. So for example, in this example here, we're talking about 5 contracts, and with 5 contracts, and we have 10 points here on the ES, 5 contracts, we're going to be making $2,500 on only a 10-point price movement. That is way more than enough leverage for most people. And realistically speaking, you probably don't even need to be using that much leverage, maybe 2 to 3 contracts at most for most people. But at that point, what I'm saying is it's not that hard to catch a 10-point move, and you can be making $2,500 for most people. So that's very significant money for most people out there. And for this reason, I'm just going to suggest that that 50K is going to be enough for most people. Now, again, if you're going to be someone who's not a beginner and you're just looking for max leverage, actually, because they don't make their higher accounts more difficult, like you'll normally see with other prop firms to get 100K in funding, you know, you may be looking at trying to double your account or triple your account. Whereas with Alpha Futures, you only have to make 1.5x to actually get funded. Then I would just recommend the 150K account, because at that point you're just looking for max leverage. There's nothing actually wrong with the 100K account here, but if your goal is just to get max leverage, the 150K account is actually a really good option in my opinion. But again, for most beginners, I would say start here and just actually get a payout with the 50Ks. And then once you get 2-3 payouts, then I would kind of scale up here with the 100 or 150Ks. That's how I will personally do it. Now, if you guys want me to compare their other accounts and break them down deeper like this, let me know in the comments below. And again, you can always get the best discount no matter when you're going to be buying your Alpha Futures account using the code Dante Trades. So make sure you like and subscribe, do all the stuff. If you want a free futures trading course, the link to that will be in the description. If you want to check out the premium community, the link to that will be in the description as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.